Now we're out of the pillow basalt and into the chert. You can see its red ribbons right here on the trail. We're also out of a jungle of trees and shrubs and into the wide open spaces, which makes me wonder why this side of Donner Canyon is so different.
Of course, now we're facing west with a different sun slope, but it also has to do with the rock. As pretty as Chert is to look at, it does not make a good soil. It's not very nutritious. It's mostly quartz, and it doesn't break down to any smaller than sand size. So it doesn't do a good job of holding water. So it's two things. It's the west-facing sun slope and a different type of rock.
The chert got here by tagging along with the pillow basalt.
As it was making that slow journey across the Pacific, little tiny critters living on top of the ocean, little plankton called radiolarians, were living their lives. They float at the top of the ocean. They make their external skeletons out of quartz, out of silica. When they die, those little skeletons settle slowly down to the bottom of the ocean, on top of the basalt. But finally, when they're thick enough, they turn to rock. And the rock those little radiolarians make is chert. So the big, thick layers, that's the chert. The little thin layers in between, that's volcanic dust from land that's blown out to the ocean, and silt from the deserts blown into the ocean that settles down onto the ocean floor. So it's called the chert shale couplet. A few things growing on the chert. You'll notice the moss, and then the crustose lichen, which is a fungus and an algae living together. You're looking at the fungal partner there holding onto the rock, excreting a little bit of acid. It starts the breakdown of this chert to make another rock. But that fungus can't make its own food. So the fungus has living in its tendrils a little primitive plant called an algae. And that algae takes materials that the fungus has collected out of the atmosphere and does the photosynthesizing. So together it's called the lichen. And the easy way to remember it is of the little poem, Alice Algae took a liking to Freddie Fungus. Freddie was a fun guy, and the geologists will always add, yes, but now their marriage is on the rocks.
Keep an eye out for a big California ash as you head along the trail ahead. In springtime, it puts on a great show of 4-petaled flowers. Our next and final stop will be at the junction of Cardinet Oaks Road.